Hey guys, what's up? It's DOUPPY here, and I know this video is like, 5 months late, but whatever, man. I just decided I'd make a Call of Duty tier list today, and why not? So the way this is gonna work, trash is basically I don't think that game should have basically been made. I think like it would have been better if it just never existed. But I don't think we're gonna get there. We might get down to C, and that's sort of where I think the game could have been so much better. Like they could have done so much more, or maybe they just made lots of bad decisions. And then these are sort of B and A are sort of like mediocre CODs, and then S is like super respectable, and then double S is like insanely good, insanely fun. So the way this is gonna work, I'm gonna be basing this off of the entire game. I'm not gonna focus only on multiplayer, and I'm not gonna focus only on campaign or whatever. I'm gonna do every single aspect of the game and factor it in. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna factor my list, and that's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna take in every single little part about that game. So let's get started. Anyway, we've got Call of Duty Ghosts. Alright, now Ghosts, the problem with Ghosts, the reason people did not like Ghosts, the main reason was actually the maps. The map design in that game was just, it was subpar. The player ratio to how big the map was is just not good in Ghosts. That was the problem with Stonehaven, one of the worst maps ever. So yeah, this will go on C. I mean, also the way people play Ghosts is just, it's not really fun. People play really campy in that game. Alright, Call of World War II, one of my favorite Call of Duties, surprisingly. One thing I don't like about this game though is actually also the map design. It was a little bit lazy. It wasn't wrong like it was in Ghosts, but it felt a little bit more lazy, to be honest. But I enjoyed the campaign for what it was. The zombies was not that great though, so looking at it from a technical standpoint, I just have so much fun with World War II. Kind of want to put it at A because it was so much fun. Like all the DLC content they added, it was so much fun. So actually I think Call of Duty Ghosts would go on A for me just because of all the amount of DLC content and the support, even post-launch, even post-launch of Black Ops 4, they still added weapons. Even though it was in supply drops, they added weapons. And I really like that dedication from Sledgehammer, so it's going to go on A. Alright, we got COD 4. Okay, I'll be honest guys, I never ever played Call of Duty 4. So I'm basing this off of Modern Warfare Remastered, excluding supply drops. I'm not going to include that because I know that wasn't originally in the game. The campaign in this game it's not as good as Modern Warfare 2, but it's realistic. It's a realistic campaign. Much more realistic than Modern Warfare 2, obviously. It's better than World War 2, campaign-wise, multiplayer-wise as well. But one thing World War 2 has is score streaks. Even though World War 2 score streaks were terrible, Modern Warfare only had 3 score streaks. But for the time, it was so good, and I always have so much fun playing Modern Warfare Remastered. It'd have to go on S. Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare is just sweaty Black Ops 3. Honestly, it feels like a worse Black Ops 3. It goes down here with Ghosts. Honestly, I just rather play Black Ops 3. Alright, and we got Black Ops 3. Now, I'm gonna put Black Ops 3 on A because it's so much fun. It's got a bunch of content, even though it's in the supply drops, which is why it's not up here with Modern Warfare. I put it up there, but it's got supply drops that they put weapons behind. The campaign was not strong. It was not a good campaign. The Zombies was really good in Black Ops 3 though, and the Zombies Chronicles, that was a great addition. So it goes with World War II. Modern Warfare 2 is, from my memory, one of the funnest COD games I've ever played, if not the funnest COD game I've ever played. But before making this, I did go play all these CODs to refresh my memory, and Modern Warfare 2, I couldn't find a lobby in it, so I have a very vague memory of this game. So I'm gonna, from my memory, it's gotta go up here. I mean, the campaign, the spec ops, the multiplayer, it was all on point, and the maps were amazing in that game, and it was customizable score streaks. It was amazing. World at War. So this is a problem. I never actually owned World at War, so I can't really judge World at War, to be honest. We'll leave that for later, see what we'll do with that. Okay, Black Ops 1 is got my favorite campaign of the entire Call of Duty franchise. The multiplayer, it's fun, but it's not as fun as Modern Warfare 2. It's a little bit slower, but the zombies in this game was amazing. I was never a zombies guy, but it was good zombies. You know what? It's got to go up here. It also had great multiplayer maps, just like It did everything Modern Warfare 2 did. It had a great campaign, great multiplayer. Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer was a little bit better, and Black Ops 1 also has amazing zombies. It's got to go up there. Okay. The controversial one. At its core, this is the best Call of Duty ever made. At its core, the gameplay, it's so smooth. In multiplayer, it's so smooth. And Blackout is an amazing battle royale mode. It's my favorite battle royale mode. But I see two major problems with this. So right now it would be up here. Zombies was also, I really like zombies. I know lots of people don't, but I really like zombies in BO4. It would be up here, but it's got super aggressive microtransactions. Same problem with BO3, so that kicks it down. And then it's also got a bunch, when I say a bunch, I mean like a bunch of recycled content. The amount of recycled content in this game is absurd, and the lack of real content, like I don't mean stickers and calling cards, I mean like the lack of new maps and the lack of new weapons. They just put weapons from BO3 in this game, and then they just put like WMD in the season pass, which is an old map which we paid for, and on top of that the season pass has less maps than ever before. Like, it's got 12 maps. Actually, Modern Warfare 3, I think, also. I don't remember. But all those factored in, it's got to go down here, honestly. World at War, oh, we were talking about that. Modern Warfare 3, okay. I love this game's campaign, much like all the older Call of Duties. Multiplayer-wise, it didn't have quite the maps that Modern Warfare 2 did. Spec Ops was also good though here, and we had the 2v2 and 3v3 modes, which were also pretty cool, but it didn't quite. The maps were just not as good, so it's got to go a little bit lower. Oh, Black Ops 2's got to go up here, hands down. Black Ops 2, oh my god, it's got League play, just the best competitive experience in Call of Duty yet. Black Ops 4 also failed on that front. Campaign is the first and only Call of Duty campaign which has alternate, like, it's got different endings depending on your choices. And zombies in this game is, some people like it, some people don't. I never played zombies in Black Ops 2 really, so it's just gotta go up there because of its multiplayer. Its multiplayer, I think, is one of the best multiplayers, honestly. One of the most balanced, and just Black Ops 2 is just such a well-made multiplayer that it's just basically up there because of its campaign and multiplayer. I know zombies some people didn't like. I thought it was interesting, but I didn't play it much, like I said, so no. AW. Alright, first COD sledgehammer ever made. It's gotta go down here, honestly, guys. It's just, the problem is, you see, the balancing in this game is terrible. The worst balancing I've ever seen for weapons. And the advanced movement in this game is just not as good as Black Ops 3. And Exo Zombies is kind of garbage, really. And Exo Survival is just worse. You know, normal survival, like with Modern Warfare 3, you know. So honestly, the only one thing I love, I adore about Advanced Warfare is its campaign. I adore its campaign. It's also one of my favorites. Alright, we're left with World at War. I've never actually played World at War, so where do I put it? I don't even know if I can rank World at War. I think I have to complete this list. Well, it's not up here for me because I don't like its multiplayer. If its multiplayer looks like basically it just copied COD 4, you know? It just basically copied it. That's what I understand from it. And I feel like it's just a World War II version of COD 4, but it's just not as good. You know? It did introduce zombies though. Wait, I have to give it props for that. I feel like it was COD 4 and World War II, but it didn't quite live up to COD 4. So it would have to go in the A tier for its zombies. And, you know, it did have tanks in it, so that was interesting. But I don't feel it lived up to COD 4, honestly. So I have to put it a tier lower. Anyway, that's my tier list, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.